Hello, my name is Krista, and I'm an instructor with Impact Personal Safety of Colorado. We are an organization that teaches empowerment self-defense in order for everyone to feel more safe in this world. This is the second video in a series talking to young adults about safety and self-defense. It would benefit your experience to watch the first video on awareness and intuition before viewing this video. Here, I will be talking about boundary setting. Why is the ability to set boundaries so important that we consider it a life skill? Because we are constantly setting boundaries with people we know and with strangers, with bosses and teachers, friends and family. We even set boundaries with ourselves. It is the most important skill that you can have for navigating relationships and encounters. The definition of the word boundary is a line that marks a limit. When we talk about setting boundaries in this video, we are referring to interpersonal expectations. Boundaries are the way we express our needs and desires. Boundaries can be physical. For example, I don't want to be touched right now. They can be mental or preferential. For example, I don't like it when people talk during movies. And they can be emotional. For example, I'm upset and I need some time to think about what you said. We learn our boundaries from family, society, friends, culture, and relationships. Having healthy boundaries can lead to comfort, safety, and happiness. How do we make our boundaries clear? You already use verbal and nonverbal ways of setting boundaries. It could be looking at your phone or looking down when people make you uncomfortable, using earbuds in public places, responding aggressively or sarcastically to something that hurts you, or talking back when you feel vulnerable. Keep in mind that our boundaries are fluid. They can change. Because I don't want to talk about something now doesn't mean I won't want to talk about it tomorrow. Our boundaries are also invisible. No one can see them. So unless we tell someone what our boundaries are, they won't know. And if they don't know our boundaries, they might continue to overstep our comfort levels. Most people we know and love don't mean to violate our boundaries. They just don't know any better because we've never told them. Let's learn a way to set verbal boundaries with people we know. This is a technique for setting boundaries with people we want to or need to keep a relationship with, like friends, family members, partners, even teachers, colleagues, and employers. This is called the magic formula. It's right here. I feel, and then you state a feeling. When, and then you state the specific behavior or circumstance that you'd like to address. And then you state, I need, or would you, which is your request for change. This formula can be used in a situation where you need to set a boundary with someone. I feel angry when you don't help with the chores. I need you to help me clean up the apartment. You could use this magic formula to bring someone closer. I feel happy when we spend time together. Would you consider hanging out with me after class tomorrow? You could use it to ask for a change in environment or circumstance. I feel scared that so many people at the park aren't social distancing. I need to go home. Here's an example of the magic formula in action. Listen for when he uses the magic formula. I feel, when, and I need.
Hey, how's it going? How was your weekend?
That was okay, but actually, I wanted to talk to you about this weekend because we had plans to hang out on Saturday, and you didn't show up for that.
Oh my gosh, I totally forgot. I was working on this paper and just spaced out completely.
Well, I did want to let you know that I feel really rejected when you don't show up for our planned times together, and I need you to let me know if your plans are going to change.
Yeah, that's reasonable. Totally makes sense. And yeah, I didn't mean to stand you up. I just lost track of time completely. Got totally wrapped up in my work. But yeah, I can let you know in the future. I'm sorry about that.
Great. Thanks.
The magic formula is the beginning of a conversation. You might need to continue the conversation if the person doesn't hear you or understand your needs. You may not get everything you want. Their response will tell you how to proceed. Sometimes a response will indicate what kind of relationship you have in the future. If your roommate isn't listening to your needs, then maybe you won't renew the lease with them. If your uncle continues telling inappropriate jokes, then maybe you need to reassess how much time you spend around him. Practice setting a boundary with someone you live with or are close to. Use the formula, I feel, when, I need. Pay attention to your body and breath. What comes up? How does it feel? Boundary setting is the groundwork for dealing with issues that might come up in your romantic relationships. Remember, only you can communicate what your boundaries are. Strong boundaries equal healthy and strong relationships. You probably learned the concept of consent in school. School programs teach that consent is an enthusiastic yes from all participants. Now, have you had success in applying it in real life? Well, we need to take into account boundaries, their fluid nature, the messy emotions that come up with sexual exploration. And we know that sometimes saying what we really want or need feels frightening, difficult, or shameful. One thing you can do to practice saying out loud what you want when it's not about sex. When it's about what movie you'll watch, what restaurant you want to eat at, what time you want to meet out. Set all sorts of boundaries with the person you're dating before it even comes to sex. This will help with talking through consent with your partner. Setting boundaries early and often will also give you insight into how they respond to boundary setting in general, and may make you think about that person in a different way. Do they take offense when you want to leave early? Or are they understanding and do as you wish? Do they test your boundaries, offering you more drinks when you said you just wanted one or two? Refusing to take you home when you say you want to go? Pay attention to red flags here and think about how that person is respecting your boundaries. This was a brief introduction into boundary setting with people that we know. This is an important life skill that you already use every day and that you will continue to use for the rest of your life. The key to making it easier in difficult situations is to practice speaking your boundaries when there are less stakes, when there's less stress and anxiety around it. What do you really want? Think about it ahead of time so that you can be more sure in the moment when it's difficult. And it's okay that it changes, just as long as you are following your intuition and real needs instead of allowing circumstances to override your confidence. Please join me for the next video in our series about ways to set boundaries with strangers and people that may mean us harm.
Thank you so much for watching our video series. Be sure to check out the next video and don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Visit our website at impact-colorado.org for more information about online content and classes.